the school of thought that I come from in the Chris Peterson, Bryan Harsin way of evaluating, I never looked at rankings anyways, because frankly, the guys that we were on at Boise State didn't have 247 profiles sometimes. Right. And so like, that's how I guess I was fortunate looking back on it now. That's all I kind of knew. Right now, I was here at Carolina, but I wasn't in the recruiting department, and we were getting Clowney and 5 stars. And trust me, I understand all that. Followed recruiting for a long time. But from a pure identification and evaluation standpoint, how I started was literally just watching film and pounding the pavement, calling coaches, right? Using Twitter DMs, like things like that, right? So that's how I started as an evaluator, and the people that taught me. And so I could care less what a kid is ranked. And I told our guys in the back in the department and all that, like, so how I watch film, like, I don't ever want to look at a kid's 247 profile, or I don't ever want to see on a sheet his offers until after I've watched him. Because I just naturally it's human nature just to be biased. If you see, oh shoot, he's got Ohio State, Alabama, all these other offers, right? It's just like, that could skew your opinion. Like, I don't ever want my opinion to be skewed. I want just, my eyes to tell me what I see. Right. And I have a saying that I learned this from Chris Peterson. It's, our eyes, our ears. Right. So it's what we hear about a kid from talking to his high school coaches and the people that are around him. And it's our eyes and what we see on tape and what we see when we go watch a practice as coaches. Right. In-person evaluations are massive in terms of high school evaluations. Now we have all this access to camp film. Right. I mean, so every one of these prospect camps that these kids go to, we get that film within a day or two of them going to that camp. All right. There's tracking football now where we can use resources to track, their speeds, and it assigns a certain type of data point to what that's like over the last 15 years of prospects in the SEC, at Carolina, or against a certain number of schools. I say that, though, as none of those things are definitive. And if someone had this figured out, they'd be a millionaire and a billionaire. And I hope to be that guy one day. But until that happens, it's going to be different everywhere you go. And everyone has their own plan and their process. So I say that to say those are just tools in order to help you make a decision. One of them should not be the deciding factor over the other. A kid could look really good in his camp tape in shorts and a t-shirt, but then when he puts the pads on, it's a different story, or vice versa, right? Yeah. So I don't ever want to make a decision completely based off of one of those things. I think